A lion does not hesitate when it decides to attack. Power, timing, and precision come together in a matter of seconds, turning even a brief encounter into something violent and unpredictable. But not every target is easy, and not every fight ends the way it should. Some animals hit back with force, others rely on numbers, and a few simply refuse to go down without a fight. What you are about to see are moments where those encounters become far more dangerous than they appear at first glance. Not just because of the lion, but because of what stands in front of it. And if the wild has ever fascinated you, there is always more waiting just beyond what you see here. Lions do not move through the wild as solitary killers led by instinct alone. Their lives are shaped by the pride, where territory, hierarchy, timing, and cooperation all matter. Lionesses often handle much of the hunting, while males are more closely tied to defense, dominance, and the constant threat of rivalry. Food has to be protected, space has to be held, outsiders have to be driven away, and when that balance begins to shift, violence is never far behind. For male lions, that pressure is especially hard to escape. A full-grown male stands out with his mane, thick shoulders and heavy build, but those traits are not just for appearance. They belong to an animal that may have to defend ground, protect his place around the pride, and face other males built for the same purpose. That is why fights between male lions feel different from almost every other confrontation in the wild. These are not brief warnings that end after one charge. They usually begin when control starts to slip, when one male pushes too far, or when another refuses to give ground. Once that line is crossed, the fight becomes direct. They rise, collide, bite for the neck and shoulders, and try to drive each other off balance. A large male can weigh around 180 to 250 kilograms. So when two of them crash together head-on, the force is enormous, enough to leave serious damage before the fight is even decided. Some clashes end quickly. Others drag on through pain, stamina, and nerve. A larger male may keep forcing a younger rival to the ground, yet the younger one still gets back up. That is what makes these battles so dangerous. A male lion is not facing a weaker body or a softer instinct. He is facing another predator shaped by the same pressures and carrying the same weapon. So even when one male finally retreats, the cost remains. One lion may hold the ground for now, but the winner rarely walks away untouched. Blood, limping, torn muscle, and deep punctures become part of the price. By the time the fight is over, the balance around that pride has already changed. One male remains, another is pushed out. In the wild, power never settles for long. Thick, rough skin covers nearly every part of a crocodile's body, and its dark coloring helps it disappear into muddy water until it is almost impossible to notice. Most of the time, it does not waste energy chasing. It stays low, stays quiet, and waits for the right moment. When another animal gets too close or lets its guard down, the attack comes all at once, fast enough to turn still water into panic. A crocodile also carries one of the most dangerous mouths in the wild. Depending on the individual, it can have around 60 to 68 conical teeth built for gripping and holding, not chewing. The real danger comes from pressure. A large crocodile can bite with enough force to crush bone. And once those jaws lock in, the struggle usually shifts in its favor. In water, that advantage becomes even greater. A crocodile can pull, twist, and use the edge of the river to drag control away from whatever it catches. This is not the kind of animal lions can afford to underestimate. In more than one encounter, crocodiles move too close to a carcass or stay out on land longer than they should. That is when lions begin to close in. Not recklessly, and not without hesitation. Even a pride has to be careful here, because one bad step near those jaws can leave deep damage behind. The ground is what starts to change the balance. Away from the water, a crocodile loses part of what makes it so effective. It can still snap, still force space, still make lions think twice. But it cannot control the fight as cleanly as it can in the shallows. Lions use that small opening well. They apply pressure from different sides, keep testing distance, and wait for the moment when the crocodile can no longer protect every angle at once. So when a crocodile is finally overwhelmed, the scene is not really about an easy kill. It is about a predator that is perfectly designed for one environment being forced to survive in another. And for lions, that alone is enough to turn a meal into a dangerous gamble. Buffalo rarely move through the wild as if they are alone. Even when one of them appears separated for a moment, they stay close to the herd, feed together, travel together, and rely heavily on group awareness to survive in open country. That is one reason they are so difficult to break. When danger comes, a buffalo does not always respond by fleeing in panic. Quite often it stops, turns, and faces the threat. And if one member of the herd is in real trouble, others may rush back in, closing the gap with a level of force that can completely change the fight. That behavior matters, because lions do not deal with buffalo the same way they deal with easier prey. A large buffalo can weigh well over 500 kilograms, and once it lowers its head and drives forward, the danger becomes obvious. The horns are powerful enough to gore, lift, or throw an attacker, and even one direct hit can leave a lion badly injured. This is not the kind of animal a pride can approach carelessly. That is why buffalo encounters can go in very different directions. In some situations, a lone animal starts to weaken under pressure. Lions test it from different sides, often trying to wear down its balance and stamina rather than forcing the whole fight at once. But in other situations, the outcome becomes far less certain because the herd refuses to leave. A mother may push in, several adults may form a wall of muscle and horn. What looked like a clean attack suddenly becomes a standoff, and lions that seemed in control a moment earlier are forced to back away. That is what makes buffalo such serious opponents. They are not dangerous because of speed. They are dangerous because of weight, force, resilience, and the instinct to stand together when it matters most. And in the wild, that kind of resistance changes everything. So when a buffalo does fall, the moment carries more weight than a simple kill. It means the pride managed to break something that was built to resist. Flexibility, balance, and timing give a leopard advantages that many other animals would struggle to match. It can climb with remarkable ease, move through cover without drawing much attention, and make quick decisions in tight spaces where hesitation would be fatal. In many parts of the wild, that combination makes the leopard one of the most efficient solitary hunters around. It does not need noise, size, or the support of a group to be dangerous. It relies on control, stealth, and the ability to react in a split second. That is exactly why a leopard becomes such an interesting opponent for lions. Unlike heavier prey, a leopard is not meant to absorb pressure head-on. Its strength lies in avoiding the worst part of a fight before that fight fully forms. It can break away fast, change direction suddenly, and use trees or dense cover as part of its survival strategy. This is an animal that lives with the constant threat of losing food to stronger rivals, so caution and precision become part of its daily routine. But when lions get too close, especially around cubs, food or limited escape routes, that survival style comes under enormous pressure. In one kind of encounter, a leopard is forced to stand its ground because moving away may expose hidden cubs nearby. A leopard can scratch, twist, dodge and resist, but against several lions closing space from different sides, those advantages begin to shrink. What usually keeps it alive, quick reactions and smart positioning, becomes harder to use when the gap disappears. So when a leopard is finally overwhelmed, the scene feels harsh for a reason. This is not a clumsy animal losing a fight it never understood. It is a skilled hunter running into a level of pressure that skill alone cannot always solve. And in the wild, that can be enough to erase even the smallest margin for escape. Height is the first advantage a giraffe brings into danger. From far out on open ground, that long neck and elevated view let it spot movement much earlier than many other animals can. But vision is only one part of its defense. Giraffes carry enormous power in their legs, and one well-placed kick can break bone or leave a predator too injured to continue. The moment a lion gets too close, the space around a giraffe becomes dangerous. Giraffes may look awkward from a distance, but the fight changes once they start moving. A running giraffe is difficult enough to control. A giraffe that is still upright, kicking, and trying to regain balance is far worse. Every second on its feet gives it another chance to strike back. For lions, the problem is not only bringing the animal down, the real problem is surviving the force around those legs while trying to do it. In encounters like these, lions often focus less on brute force and more on control. The legs become the center of everything, because a giraffe that stays mobile can still turn the entire hunt around. Lions cling, pull, and wear it down, trying to take away balance before the next kick lands. Even then, the struggle stays dangerous. Giraffes do not collapse quietly, and the longer one keeps moving, the more uncertain the outcome becomes. Giraffes are difficult opponents because almost every part of their survival depends on staying tall, staying mobile, and turning height into force. They are not fighters in the usual sense, but they can make a predator pay dearly for one bad approach. So when a giraffe finally goes down, the scene feels heavier than a routine kill. Lions have managed to overcome an animal that could have changed everything with a single strike. And by the next day, one giraffe family may already be moving across the land with one member missing. Carcass lies open and hyenas crowd in fast, tearing at it before the chance disappears. Scenes like this explain a lot about how hyenas survive. They do not live by caution alone, they live by pressure. They stay close to conflict, test the nerve of stronger predators, and rely on numbers to make food harder to defend. In a clan, that confidence can change the entire mood around a kill. But confidence is also the first thing lions try to break. When lions move in, they do not waste energy fighting every hyena at once. The goal is usually simpler and more brutal than that. They rush the one closest, the one too slow to pull back, or the one bold enough to stay in front when the others begin to hesitate. In some confrontations, that first impact is enough to change everything. Once one hyena is caught or driven down hard, the rest often lose their nerve and scatter before the fight turns worse. Hyenas are not weak, and they are not mindless scavengers wandering into danger. They survive because they stay alert, move as a group, and keep returning to places where food is worth the risk. Their jaws are strong enough to crush bone, and their endurance allows them to stay near violence longer than many animals would dare. A clan can harass, surround, and pressure a lion into defending every mouthful. Still, direct force changes the balance fast. A lion suddenly charges, and the hyenas around it lose shape almost immediately. Lions come back to reclaim what was being eaten. Lions become most dangerous when they hit first, hit hard, and break that confidence before the clan can settle into position. One hard hit can change the entire scene. A clan that looked confident a moment ago can break apart almost instantly, leaving the ground to the lions and the dead behind. Cheetahs survive by staying alert before danger fully arrives. Their bodies are built for speed with almost nothing wasted. The frame is light, the spine is flexible, and the legs are designed for explosive acceleration across open ground. In the right moment, a cheetah can reach speeds of around 90 to 120 kilometers per hour, making speed the most powerful weapon it has. But that same design comes with a cost. A cheetah is built to chase, turn, and escape, not to absorb the kind of force a lion can bring into direct contact. The same body that makes a cheetah fast also leaves it more fragile in a collision. What should have been a clean retreat can suddenly become a struggle the cheetah was never designed to win. Lions are not overpowering some clumsy animal that wandered into trouble. They are catching one of the most specialized hunters in Africa, an animal shaped with extraordinary precision for speed and survival in open land. Against most threats, speed is enough. Against a lion that is already too close, speed can stop mattering in an instant. And that is what makes this kind of encounter so brutal. These moments remind us that life in the wild is never simple. Every animal out here carries something that helps it survive. Speed, strength, patience, sharp instincts, or the will to fight for one more second. Lions may be feared across the savannah, but even they do not move through this world without resistance. Every encounter brings danger, and every victory comes at a cost. If you are looking for more battles from the animal world, you already know where to find them.